Here at Rockin Walls. It's October 2019 in Ellicott City on College Ave, working on a project here. Just wanted to show you, this is a old historic wall on the road, built out of granite. There was two quarries here in Ellicott City, one in Howard County and then also one in Baltimore County. One of the stones, some of the granite tends to be a little pink, that's a little softer, and then the other one happens to be a little bit more gray. Just go over the project itself. This wall here specifically, talk about the stone. These are what I refer to as tall faces, and I'll show you what those look like. Let's just walk up here, see some of the stones that I pulled out. What I mean by tall faces is that basically they're somewhat narrow stones. See this one here? I'll just put down a glove as a reference. So you see there, not much of a stone, but lots of height. So these would have been the faces of the wall section I'm actually getting ready to work on right now. But not a lot of length to them. So just a quick check here. It's about 9 inches. And the faces on these, let's come around here. Sorry for that. I'm talking about 14 or so. So let's go back over. Now there's a lot of walls in this area built like this, and taking this one apart I've learned a lot. First thing I'd like to talk about is there wasn't a lot of stone behind the face. So you'd have a face stone such as this one, and that was it. And then it was a lot of dirt, and then you'd find a lot of these like smaller pieces of stones, kind of rubble. And so more or less that is a retaining wall style based on your stone. So utilizing the best stone for the face, and then all the other stone is the back. So it had a little bit of a back wall system. The soil, I believe, the last quarry closed around 1890, I believe. So this wall has to date into that range. Clearly, being on the road, it's failed several times by the hit of vehicles or the improper techniques. A lot of stones were laid long faces. For example, this stone right here at the end, I feather and wedge, that was actually long face. You can see the length of that stone. So what I have buried back here, this going that way, was the face on the top of the wall. So I had 4 of those. It took up a lot of real estate. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure I'm getting those lengths in. There's another stone too, which is more of a black, I guess also in the granite category. It's a lot harder. Now I'm trying to mix those in. Most of these walls did not necessarily have those. It is native in this area. Not a lot of these, irregular shape riprap, boulders are that black stone. Hard to shape, hard to feather and wedge. So more or less, they had a front wall, as you can see here, with not a lot of back end except for the miscellaneous small stones. And then they didn't do a lot of length in, so I'm actually changing the style. I'm trying to keep the tall faces, but I'm also building a back wall. So currently the back wall is running anywhere, this wall section is about 2 feet high or a little bit taller. In certain areas as it comes down it's going to go to 3 feet. And I am building a back wall. Kind of spin around here. We can see, for example, this stone over here by the orange cone, same thing, tall face. But what I'm doing is I'm actually installing a below grade foundation. I'm actually kind of working with the grade, just using another type of stone that I have that's suitable for this application, that the granite stones can sit on. Since I only have so many pieces of granite to work with, I have to maximize that material and not bury it. So I'm trying to mix the two, mix all 3 together, the old stone, the new stone, and some of the black stone that I'm finding. But I just wanted to share that with you. So just to recap, tall face stones, not a lot of lengths in. The new upgrade would be a nice foundation put in, and then also building a back wall system Normally, a rule of thumb for retaining walls, whatever your height is divided by 2 is what your base should be. So I'm actually making these a little bit wider. Thank you. So in this section here, I'm basically going to just show you, this is about the 74 feet. This is the upper section of wall, which was built first, and the second phase should happen further down. That should happen in 2020. The stone here is mixed 3 different types of stone. The pink granite is from the Howard County side. The blue speckled granite is from the Baltimore County side, where the high sits, and then the black is also mixed in. That is some of the local stone too. And then coming up here at the green post, that's the end of the wall. The actual full wall was moved back about 6 feet off the road, and the original wall was sitting right on the white line, as you can see here. Hit several times at this point on the apex of the curve. Just stones is falling apart. They just kept throwing them up on the bank. Used the mini excavator and then also the ditch witch. This had the that was the tie stone lengthened, and this is the mini, working on 8-foot sections at a time, 3 feet wide with the yardstick there, and the glove just shows how small the stones are. Right there you can see the back wall, 2-foot level at the bottom. Large running joint here at this wall. This is down by the B&O trolley, or the caboose. Same section, and then further down, or further up the street there. And then this is over across from the church, over the hill. This is the Baltimore County granite, so you can see a little bit more blue speckle. Really nice example of dry stone wall here. Just a really nice pattern. Thank you so much for checking this out, and please subscribe.